Hi, hello, and welcome to yet another episode of IPL Titbits with Sid, Kar, and Shash. So, Shash, first things first, okay? The
Yeah.
match started off with a sandstorm, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, sandstorm, Sharjah, got any
Yeah.
memories?
Yes, definitely. I mean, how can I forget? I think it was the second series that I actually watched of cricket.
Uh.
I mean, Tendulkar's knocks. I think that is when, he sort of became I would say, I started becoming a fan of him, because someone single-handedly winning matches for India and just that excitement with Tony Greig's commentary and him hitting the Australian bowlers all over the
Mm.
park. It was a joy to watch.
I mean, yesterday that's what I was thinking, okay? I mean, sandstorm, Sharjah, and suddenly my mind went back 22 years. And nice to
Mm.
see that camaraderie, Kohli, Dhoni talking for half an hour, probably
Mm.
talking about the World Cup.
Yeah, maybe I think he's already started his mentoring duties.
Yeah, half an hour before that match. Okay,
Yeah,
but it all started off really well for RCB, isn't it? Main thing was Kohli was striking well.
yeah,
Okay, he started off very positively and kind of looked like he got back his touch.
definitely. He did get amongst the runs, is what I would say. They did do quite well in the power play, scoring at a brisk rate. But in the middle overs is where the problem has been with RCB. When you have those many wickets in hand, you cannot afford like both the players to be going at a similar strike rate.
Hmm.
One guy had to take that initiative. The problem that I see, not only when these guys are playing for RCB or even with the Indian team, when they're close to a personal milestone, right? Like beat 50 or 100, they tend to slow things up. Now that is what is going to impact you as a team.
Hmm.
And in T20 you cannot afford to do that. Someone has to, their roles have to be defined and tell that, okay, I'll take the singles, you go after the bowling, because it
Hmm.
has to be about the team. That's what made the difference in the end. You were looking at a target of more than 200, but
Right.
they ended up falling short of by at least 40 runs, and you saw
Hmm.
how comfortably CSK chased it in the end.
Yeah, so 56 in the power play.
Yeah,
Okay, and 111 without loss after 13 overs. Okay, I mean, you would have expected, right? Like 190, 200 was a thing. But
definitely.
I think credit has to be given to the wily old fox, right? DJ Bravo,
Yes.
some really good variations there.
Yeah, you were the one who was thinking that Sam Curran should be replaced. But
Mm-hmm.
I did tell you that Bravo's experience will definitely count,
Mm,
and he did prove to be the difference. No wonder he was given the man of the match as well, because he did get those breakthroughs,
mm,
which put a stop on the RCB scoring rate as well.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think when a ball of Jadeja turned, even
Mm-hmm.
Kohli was surprised. So that's when Dhoni was in his comfort zone, because
Mm,
he knew that if there is any amount of turn, he's going to get his bowlers to bowl a lot of cutters, take the pace
mm,
of the ball, and that's what they exactly did. And it was not easy for the incoming batsmen, and since they were losing, even AB was struggling, which is a very rare
right.
sight.
Yeah.
But what I would say is, if RCB want to, win games in the future, they have to think about who is going to be that aggressive player, Indian player. Might as well have Azharuddin open with Padikkal, and
Mm,
then maybe let Kohli drop at number three, and then you have a solid middle order in Kohli, De Villiers, and Maxwell, and
mm,
then you have some players, following up after that, who can see. If you're playing Shrikar Bharat, then why do you send Harshal Patel at number six? It is like, you're not having the confidence in his abilities to hit big runs. Then you find a player like that, right?
mm,
Who's able to, play fearlessly, like a Venkatesh Iyer, like maybe Evan Lewis. You need
mm.
to have these guys at the top, so that they are the ones who change the game for you.
Right. I think Shrikar Bharat would have come in if they had lost the first wicket in 4 5 overs. But I
Hmm.
think since the first wicket fell only in the 14th over, so they wanted all the hitters, like ABD,
Yeah.
Maxwell to follow. But yeah, something just did not work out over there. All right, so CSK went in to the lunch break having the momentum. And the best thing about CSK's batting is whatever you just mentioned, Shash, right? I mean, last year they were slowing down too much in the middle overs,
Hmm.
which actually cost them a lot of easily winnable games. But
Yeah.
this time they kind of tried to correct it because
Hmm.
they know that they have the insurance at the back end, right? Bravo at 8,
Yeah.
um, Thakur
I
at 9, and yeah, Chahar at 10.
I think, if I have to be honest, Dhoni is blessed to have, like so many such batting depth, because then it allows a team to play fearlessly. Now, a team that is able to maintain the momentum for the entire 20 innings is going to end up with a big score. And that is what I think you saw as well yesterday. And there were handy contributions throughout. The openers did their job where they got 30s. And even what you saw was when Ruturaj Gaikwad got out, Faf du Plessis took the onus of trying to, up the scoring rate. In the process, he got out. Now you need to see that attitude, because then it is giving a message to the opposition telling that, we might have lost a wicket, but we are still going at you. And that puts the opposition in a defensive mindset, because they will be quite, charged up once they get a wicket. But when they know that these guys keep coming at you, even if they lose wickets, then it is a problem of plenty for the opposition team.
And that's exactly what happened. It is Raidu came in, he struck the first ball for four, and
yeah.
it ensured that the momentum did not slip by. At the end of the day, it was a very comprehensive win for CSK. They're looking good. They're at the top of the table, looking good to make the playoffs very, very easily. And RCB 7 straight losses in the UAE. I'm sure. Okay,
not
they
something
would
that we would want to hear. Yeah,
exactly. I'm sure. The next match is against a tough team, Mumbai Indians.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, okay, they will do well to come back. So moving on, Shash. Today it's a Super Saturday, double header after a long time, isn't it?
Yes.
After a double header. So the afternoon match for us is the top of the table, guys. Delhi Capitals taking on the Rajasthan Royals, and both teams would be believing they can do anything, especially after what happened in the last matches.
Yeah, I think you would say a regenerated Rajasthan Royals, especially after the Punjab gifted away a game to them last match. So they would be going in with some amount of confidence. But I would still feel the form that Delhi is in, it would be difficult for them to beat them until they play, the best Rajasthan. So it would be interesting to see, what combinations they go up with, and what are the matchups, or all that is to be seen. And where is this game taking place?
Not very sure. Might be Sharjah. No, not sure. Somewhere in the UAE. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Even I feel Sharjah is going to be a really interesting side, because DC we know like all power hitters and very flamboyant style of cricketers with Ponting at the hem and stuff. And RR, at last match, right? I really liked Sanju Samson's body language. Okay, because even when so many catches were getting dropped, like he was still smiling, going and talking to the bowlers. And even the RR released a video about that post-match celebration, something. He was looking like very relaxed for someone who's not even in the T20 team. He was looking like very relaxed and confident.
I think it is sort of how he is in general. He's quite a not laid back, I would say, a soft-spoken guy is what I would like to put it in that way. But yeah, I think what would be handy is if he also gets some runs, for RR, because when he gets runs, it is a treat to watch.
Yes.
He's got that effortless elegance is what I would like to say. When he plays those shots, he has a lot of power, but when you feel like he's doing it, without much fuss. So that is the thing about Sanju Samson. Yeah, and I think he's also someone who doesn't show much of his emotions in the field. So that also will sort of not affect the other team players, which is good in a way. I think you can keep all your emotions and maybe tell that out once they're back in the dressing room. You don't show it out in the field. Yeah,
exactly. So two young captains, two wicketkeeper captains, okay, and two captains who want their teams to go out and express themselves.
Yes.
Right. It's going to be a very, very interesting match.
Yeah, another
today.
Northern Derby it is.
Yeah, it's a Northern Derby, and I think last time RR actually won, with Morris coming in and smashing all those sixes in the end. So it's going to be a very, very interesting match.
Yeah.
So moving on to the evening match. All right, we have the Sunrisers Hyderabad taking on the Punjab Kings, how we call them. And yeah, the bottom of the table clash. Okay, like I think it's just the opposite of the first match that we talked about. Both teams low on confidence, okay, and having taken a beating in their previous matches.
Yeah, I think Kings 11 would definitely want to get the campaign back on track, because they've been, ruining their chances by playing some ordinary cricket. So they definitely have the potential to do well. It'll be interesting to see how they actually are mentally, because these losses can have quite an impact
Hmm.
when that you're doing well for like 36 overs of the 40 overs, and then you lose it in the last four
I would
overs.
say 39.4 overs
Yeah, what?
probably. So what do you tell if you're Anil Kumble, right? What do you
Mm.
go and tell in the team talk?
No, I think you don't dwell on the past. You just say it's an off day. It can happen to anyone.
Hmm.
Believe in your abilities, and then give you 100% is what I would like to say,
Hmm.
because they do have a pretty decent team, to go ahead
Hmm.
and compete. It's just that they need certain. I mean, the openers have been doing the bulk of the work for
Right.
them in the batting, and Harshdeep has been a find for them this series. So I mean, they have a good team. It's just that they need to get a little bit of rub of the green on their side, and
Hmm.
I think they should be able to do well.
I think it's more of a mindset change because, like, I mean, I grew up watching the Indian and Australian sides. I mean, India. I mean, at that time, India used to do really well till the finals, and
Mm-hmm.
somehow when we get to the finals, right, we
Mm,
tend to choke up a little bit. And Australia was just the opposite,
yeah,
right? Come
they used to.
finals, they just do not give any chance to any opposition. Okay.
Yeah, I think they would play it as another game. They would
Uh,
sort of put the pressure back on the when they know that the other team is under pressure. They would just put their foot on their throat,
hmm,
and they would never let them leave. From that position. So that is some quality that they possessed, and they also had such type of players during that era.
exactly. Yeah. And from a SRH point of view, they would be telling, Macha, last chance, da.
Mm,
Okay, let's just go have fun. If
yeah.
it clicks, then probably we'll look at other match. If it doesn't click, no worries. We'll just enjoy the rest of the season.
Yeah, because as you said, since both the teams are low on confidence,
Hmm,
SRH should actually see how they can, go over Kings 11 Punjab in this game.
hmm. I think
Uh,
that's the only game that they won
yeah,
this season. The only
maybe
game.
that is something that they can draw upon, that
Hmm,
they've beaten this team before, so
hmm,
that they can tell that we've done it once, we can do it again.
right.
So that is one thing. And
Or it could be like, if at all we are going to start winning, it has to be against this
Punjab.
team. Yeah.
Yeah, so that they can also look at it in that way.
Hmm,
uh, I mean, like, I think if the pitch is turning, there is an option for them to play Mohammad Nabi, because I feel he's a very underutilized cricketer.
hmm.
He can give you a few overs. He can be quite handy at the lower order. Maybe they can replace him with Jason Holder, is what I
Hmm.
feel. You can have both the Afghans and Williamson and Warner as your four overseas players, because
Right.
I think with Bhuvi and Sandeep Sharma, you have experienced bowlers as well.
Hmm.
So I would do that. Let's see what Kane Williamson decides.
All right. So I'm sure we have seen seasons turn around for teams before. Okay. And who knows? Okay. So now that the pressure is not on them, it could well be the turning point that Sunrisers have been looking for. Right. So super header,
Double
Saturday.
header.
Yeah. Double header, super Saturday, and two super matches coming away. So this is going to be the link to predict the man of the match for both the matches. Remember, you will have to predict before the start of the second innings of each match. So
Yeah.
yesterday it was champion DJ Bravo.
Yeah.
So we had a few right predictions, and
Yes.
here we go. The chits are out, and the winner is, here we go,
Ma-
Mala Sekar.
Mala Shekhar.
Congratulations,
Congrats.
congratulations. Well done, well done.
Oh, we have a new winner. Is it?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Uh, keep your predictions coming, folks. Okay, have fun, enjoy the cricket, and we will meet you tomorrow. Cheers.